Warshed Gaming!
Hey everyone, it's Dave from Warshed Gaming, bringing you a hobby stream this week. Now, I'll do a small little intro here. So, it's been a couple of weeks, and I apologize for the lack of content. We had Mother's Day 2 weeks ago. Some work stuff's getting a little crazy, but anyway. So, unfortunately, this is not going to be a battle report week, but I do have one scheduled for next week. I think it's June 4th. I'll double check that, but I'll also post updates on my Instagram. It's going to be a fun one. There were some changes. I believe I want to start testing lists out for different armies for a larger tournament coming up, the Summer Slaughter 2023, put on by the Basement Wargamers, Palladium Games, and I think a few other people as well. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing, I want to maybe test out a list or two for a few different armies. And next week, my brother's coming in to bring his Slaves of Darkness, and he'll be facing off against the newly nerfed Ossiarch Bonereapers. I was really excited for a Crematorians list that I saw running around. I think one of them 5-0'd, maybe a few, I'm not sure. But unfortunately, Games Workshop threw down some nerfs with the Gothazar Harvester. Anyway, I won't drone on too much. A lot of people are saying it may be unplayable, or that old list nearly isn't as efficient, and I agree. But I still want to give it a shot and see maybe if you move some things around, maybe it's still worth trying. Anyway, that's next week. What I want to do right now, I've been posting a little bit of the Scinari Enlightener. I wanted to run her in my Teclis list, my Teclis Storm list. That is an option I might be taking for Summer Slaughter, but I want to get her painted up. I'll go over briefly. I'm going to do a few things depending on how long this takes. I want to get her based up and maybe touch up on some of the other spots. A lot of her is finished, and I can explain the paints I used for it and kind of go from there. And then also I want to do a little bit of repairs. One of my Storm Drake guards lances broke, and I was thinking about maybe adding some detail to the outside of my Storm Drake guard. Let me see if I can get it all in picture here. Whoop. Maybe add some more details to the outside, because I have the nebulas on the wings, but it is, has been brought to my attention that the actual blue of the dragon may be a little boring. But anyway, there's white paint here. Oh, I'm a mess. Anyway, so that's the plan right now. I'm going to talk about the Scinari Enlightener. It really isn't too crazy. I ended up doing I think it was Cantor Blue for the base of the back of here. I then hit it with Drakenhoth Night. Hold on, wait. With Drakenhoth Nightshade. Oh, it's backwards. Hold on. Wait. Can I fix this? Hold on one second. Just kind of doing things on the fly here. Whoops. Hold on one second. Let me just... Let's see. Hold on. We're getting there. Is that better? There it is. Drakenhoth Nightshade. Anyway, so I did that, and I got into the recesses of the cloak here, and then I went over top of it with some... That's Cantor. Calidar Sky. And just lightly, I tried to hit the highest points of it. I might go over and hit a few more spots. I'll probably have to use, if you could see the thin line of white around where my finger is here. A little bit, I got a little blue there, so I might go over it with white just to make it a little more crisp. I did Carrick Stone with some white on the inside of the cloak. And then I think it's Sky... I'm sorry, it's a blue horror layer for the legs, but it really needs a couple coats. It really is. It's tough. This is after like I think either 2 or 3 coats. It could use one more. It got a little beat up in transport, so go over that. There's some fine like details on the boots I need to hit still. Let me see. Oh, the staff itself, I did it was all sprayed white, but then I ended up using, I think it was wildwood contrast over a layer of that over the white, and then I'm going to hit it up with some probably where is it? Baneblade brown for some little edge highlights there. I did the I'm not even quite sure what she is holding, but I started with Retributor armor and then did some shades of yellow of, I think it was Flash Gets Yellow. I'm pretty confident it was Flash Gets Yellow. And then I added a little white to it and then kind of blended it in so it looked like it had some kind of glowing effect. I did something similar with the staff itself. The staff itself is a little messy. I need to trim it up and clean it up, but that's what I'm doing today. We'll mess around with the base a little bit. I'm actually probably going to start with the base because I'm going to do what I have been using with my Lumineth army, and it's been with the Sterling Mud technical paint. And so the reason I'm going to do this first is because it usually, like, I try to glob it on, and it takes a bit to dry. So I can at least get that started and just kind of slap it on. Now it's a small base, so it really won't take much, but I like to really get a thick layer, and I usually use a brush that I don't mind not ruining, but it definitely doesn't, it's not great for the brush, these technicals, at least from my experience. I got this paintbrush probably from, I think, a really cheap Michaels, like 20 pack or something like that, but that's what I usually use for my technicals, because if it gets damaged, it gets damaged. But yeah, so I just apply a nice thick layer of mud, and it's gonna take a minute to dry. So I'll set that aside and move forward. Actually, you know what we could do? Hold on here. Where is? Oh, it's over here. What I'm gonna do real quick. Grab just a little bit of glue. That's way too much glue. Just a little bit. Dab it on the end there. And just apply this. So that's really, I'm only really repairing this model. I'm sure there's some things I could touch up. It's been a while since I really looked at them, but it's not something I really feel like I didn't plan on doing today. So it's really just fix the lance, because it fell, unfortunately, as they do. Lance broke, and then I can move on to the other stuff. Will that hold if I prop it down? We did it, everyone. We did it. Oh, I never didn't have it. Okay, so what do I want to... Oh, boy. This is just falling apart. Okay, so I'm going to pop that sword off the back real quick because it looked a little... loose. Oh, this glue is not having anything. I am putting down. So this should only take a second, and then we can actually move on to painting. Cool. So what I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with the head. I did a majority of the hair. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because of the focus, but we'll try. With the face, I did Reikland Flesh Shade as a base. It was, again, primed white. I did a flesh shade over the entire face, and then I did, I think it was Pallid Witch Flesh. Hold on, I have it here somewhere. No, I finished with Pallid Witch Flesh. Oh, I did Flayed One Flesh. So after Reikland Flesh Shade dried, I hit the areas with the Flayed One Flesh, let that dry, and then hit the highest points with Pallid Witch Flesh. Gives it a nice, I like it because it's paler, which is I feel like my elves should be. And then I did a little bit of Flash Gets Yellow over the eyes, just to give it that illusion of, they're filled with magic, and they're about to, you know, hopefully unleash hell on their opponent. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use some Retributor armor. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Boom. We're going to use that first on the crown. And I'm going to try and do... Let's get some water. Try and get a point. My brush is unfortunate. I have some new ones here, but I've been really holding off and trying not to use them as much as possible. I really want to save them until I really need them. So we're going to try and be careful and just get this crown or tiara or whatever you want to call it around the Enlightener's head. Might be hard to see. I apologize. Don't know if that helped. But it's very small. Trying really careful not to... I wasn't sure what would be in my best interest, whether it would be to paint the tiara first and then paint the hair. You know, I could be a little sloppier with the tiara because, you know, I'm going to go over it with the brown. But as you can tell, I didn't do that. Oops. Got a little gold on her face, but I think I was able to wipe it away. Trying to get enough paint on the side of the brush so I can kind of just light touches. Got some in the hair. That's okay. If I get some in the hair, it's not the end of the world. I could always go over it again. I always just try my best not to, but you know, I am not a professional by any standards. And you know what? I'm looking at some spots that I missed with this brown anyway in the hair. So that's fine. I'm gonna have to go back over it anyway in certain areas, so that's fine. Okay. Cool. So I got the tiara. There is a gem in the middle here. I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then I'll probably paint it some red. I'm pretty sure red is what I'm gonna go with. What can I do next? You know, I have the Retributor armor out. Let me try and clean up this staff area. The staff is for itself, I'm sorry. The staff for the most part is fine. And it might be a little hard to see. I'm still working with my zoom and things like that with my camera. But, let me get a better point on this. There are these little prongs. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Biffed it. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Yeah. Darn. Okay. Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a better paintbrush. I have a lot of them, and all of them are pretty beaten up. I could take better care of them, but where's the fun in that? Let's see here. Oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let me see. What I'm trying to do is I'm putting paint on the palette and I'm rolling my brush, the tip of the brush, to try and get a nice point to it so I'm able to hit these harder to reach or these smaller spots. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see this. I mean, if you see me adjusting, sorry, I'm still not used to painting on camera, so I end up finding a spot that's very comfortable for me, and then a few minutes later, I realize it's completely off, off the camera itself. So I apologize. Let's see. So while I'm doing this, so right now I'm torn between. I think I said before I have my OBR list, crit with crematorians. Even though they did the harvester just got a nerf. I mean, I'm still enticed by the new OBR book. I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool play that you can do with it now compared to its prior the prior days of OBR. Um, and I would I'm not against a maybe like an Archaon. I mean Archaon and Catacross maybe it's a lot. That's a lot. That's a I think it's a three. It's a 1,000 points right there. It's half your army. But it could be a lot of fun. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to play around with some OBR lists. I really want to try the crematorians list again, assuming that that nerf to the harvester isn't completely destroying that unit. And I also want to do my Teclis bomb. So that's what I'm going to be testing out and playing around with in the upcoming weeks. And I'll post some ideas on Instagram. Maybe I'll do a YouTube short video of because I would love to get your input and your thoughts behind it. Whether you're if you play OBR, if you like OBR, or if you play Lumineth Realm Lords. I mean, it's probably a heck of a lot more than I do. I'd like to play more, but it's not easy sometimes. But anyway, so just to get an idea of what you think about the updated rules for OBR or the Teclis bomb list. I mean, the Teclis list seems pretty stock, even though it did itself recently. I think it was in April, got a points adjustment, and I think the Sentinels went up in points a little bit. Maybe the Rune of Petrification did too. So nothing's easy. Everything's tough. Want to highlight. So a lot of this gold up here that I've painted already, it's going to be hard to see. I did Retributor armor, and then I did a coat of Reikland Flesh Shade to give it that kind of that darker glow, almost a bronze. And now I want to go over some of these spots with Retributor armor again. Usually I use Liberator Gold, but I don't have any right now. So I'm just going to go over the highest points, the creases with some gold. Ooh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. And I'm bummed not to be able to play today. Let me tell you, I got my new terrain all printed and ready and painted. It looks so nice. I can't wait. Can't wait till next week. And right now I'm just hitting up again, the gold spots that I wanted another layer of either gold or highlight with the gold. There's not much paint on my brush, so it should just be having like this, almost like a dry brush effect to it. Give it a little shine, make it look nice. Let me take a look here. Okay, what I'm going to do, and I think what I did with the tassels and the ropes here, I think I used Kalendor Sky, but I really watered it down so it kind of went on like a shade. So I'm going to try that again with Kalendor Sky. And really, what I'm doing is, I think what happened was when I was handling the model and moving it around, some of the paint got like scratched off. So that's probably what happened. But I'm really getting... Let me just see how that's going on. I want a little more water. Cool. Kind of going over. Oops. Try and get the spots I missed. If you have any questions or hey, I mean, I'll take criticism, please. Am I doing something wrong? Probably. If you know a better technique or things that you would do, let me know. Always trying to learn. More techniques, better techniques, things like that. All right. Oh, you know what I want to hit? Okay, hold on. This up here. This got beat up a bit. Okay. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to get the white next. And I'm not a big fan. I mean, I've used white scar. I think that's the layer white for a bit. I just don't love it. I used Monument Hobbies. I think it was titanium white or titanium bold white. But I've been using the AK 11001 white. And it's been really nice. Little blob there. And it goes on really nice. It actually is like a nice white where I usually don't have to do 5, 6, a million layers of it. So what I'm doing is just cleaning up the bottom of the cape. Because when I paint, I tend to be a slob. And I'll just get my paint everywhere. So just trying to clean these areas up while not getting any on the cape outside, which I probably won't happen. Get that spot there. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to get the shirt up here. When I was going over with flesh shade for the neck, I think I accidentally got some on this shirt, so I'm going to cover that with white, and then I'm going to go over it with that that blue horror, the layer paint blue horror, because that's the back of the shirt. That's the color is. Okay. Let me just think. And I realized as I'm doing this, I'm destroying the base. Let me see if this will help at all. I guess we can try this. I don't know. We're going to find out. But this is probably going to save me some frustration. I am actually going to take some more of this blue. I had that watered down blue and maybe hit the hilt or the handle of this sword. Give it a little more color. Cool. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work on the, oops, almost just, whoop, just spilling my coffee everywhere, no big deal. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Jeez. All right. All right, we're gonna do the blue horror real quick. I want to hit that. That white should be dry by now on the shirt, so I can hit the, again, I think the pain point on the legs was really just the knees. And it's probably because I bumped into them while painting other areas. So I really just want to kind of clean that area up. Nice. Get a little more on there. I don't usually like to glob it on, but all right. I'm being very careful not to hit the boots or the back of this, the inside of the cape, because I'm pretty good at screwing that up. And then what we'll do is very carefully somehow get the shirt. Nice and easy. And I'm kind of using this, the putty that I use, I'm kind of bending it to get the appropriate angle I need. Because I'm really trying not to touch the model now too much, because I just realized how much the paint really does chip off when I am painting it. All right, it's looking pretty good. I might be missing a spot. Actually, I'm going to get a little water on this. Oh, geez. Cool. Okay, nice. So, got that. Okay, give me 1 second. I apologize. I want to check on something real quick. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. So I got the blue done. I'm also continually looking at the base here. It's getting there. It's just not, I don't know if the camera can catch it. Kind of can. It's pretty wet in the, like, along this area here. So that's going to keep that off to the side. Still working on that. What I am going to do a little bit, I'm going to grab two colors real quick. I'm going to grab, I think it's going to be corn red. Actually, hold on. Let me do this. Oh, I have too many paints and not a good storage system. That looks bright. That's probably Mephiston. That's, you know what, that'll do. So I'm going to start with Mephiston red. There it is. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And I'm going to use one of my fine point. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to use. Try this one. This one needs a better wash. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the extra bits of paint off. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here, all right, there we go. What I'm going to do is get some Mephiston red on the tip of my brush, and I want a decent glob on there. So what I want to do is just lightly tap. the gem in the forehead. Because my plan is to get that red. Good, that worked out pretty well. And then what I'm going to do is once that dries, I'm going to go over the crown that I had painted earlier and that gem with Reikland Flesh Shade to give it a little more texture and color. And then once that's dried, I'm going to hit the gem again with a mixture of that red and Troll Slayer orange, but just the center of it to try and give it more of a glow look as well. So while that's drying, you know what I can do? Where are you? Moot green. I'm going to paint some of these trees at the bottom. What I had done was I used Bieltan green as a base over, again, everything was white. And then I just kind of hit the edges of the trees with this green. And really what I'm trying to do is in those recesses, the Bieltan will be there. It'll have that color. But then I also want to have a more vibrant green color throughout a majority of the trees themselves. But if I'm being honest, if this moot green is a little much, I might let it dry and then maybe hit it again with Bieltan green and see if I like that one better. Again, I don't know what the right... Oh, look at this. Dog hair. Get out of here. I don't know what the right order is, but there hasn't been too many layers of paint here, so I'm not worried too much of overdoing it. You'll still be able to see it. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Sorry, I'm moving the camera. Okay. I'm just kind of looking around. All right, let me get more of this green. Get around the outsides where I can see the white of either where I missed or accidentally rubbed away. There's a spot right here. I don't know if I can get it on camera, but it's being quite difficult. There we go. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to hit this with a Bieltan green after this moot green dries. I think that's the finishing touch I want to put on these leaves. And then what I'll do is, while I wait for that to dry, let's get the Reikland Flesh Shade, shake that up a bit, and we're going to work on the head again. And this is going to be for the crown, crown or tiara, whatever it is, on the Enlightener's head. Oop, that's a little more than I expected. So I'll have to try and get some off. Huh. Can I get some of this white out of here? Ooh, sorry. Jeez. No, okay. Anyway, I'm just messing around over here. Okay, so while that dries, where's my wildwood? There it is. Surprised I can actually find anything. If you saw my the way I store these paints, it's a nightmare. I'm surprised I find any paint. So again, you can see here on the boots. Can you see on the boots? Let's see. There are some white spots, and that's purely from just moving the model around while I'm painting it and not using this handy dandy little stand here. So this is 100% my fault, but you know, I'll fix it. I'll get there. So I'm just trying to hit the spots that are white and only white with this wildwood. I think there was some on the back here. Yep, on the heel. Cool. Give it a little texture. I also had already gone over it a little bit with Bane Blade, that Bane Blade Brown, and give it a little more depth here and there, but that should be good for that. I also wanted to, where else was there? Some spots. The gloves. Hit that. Maybe, hold on. I'm going to try something real quick. I want to do something else with the hair. I'm going to try and water down this wildwood. I use Scrag Brown to begin with, but I wonder if I water down the wildwood, how that's going to look. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. I'm in. You in? I'm in. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what's hair and what's not. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. A little more, but I need more water. Really watering down the wildwood. But trying to hit all these spots. Also be careful not to brush too hard. I don't want to get any on the face, obviously, but also it's not glued to this putty. It's just there. So I don't want to brush too hard and have the head fall off. Been there, done that. Don't love it. All right, so I'm going to go upside down for a second. It's the better angle for me to get these locks. And also, I think it did work. So I got some, I think earlier, I got some Retributor armor in the hair by accident. And this wildwood is covering it right up. You love to see it. Cool. All right. Okay. I dig it. Now, I did notice, and it's going to be very difficult to point out on here, I think. When I was originally painting this, I unfortunately got a little bit, when I was painting the hair, I got a little bit of that Scrag Brown on the right cheek. So what I want to do real quick, and I'm going to try and get this on camera. It's just not easy because it's an awkward spot. I'm going to try and get my paintbrush in here and just hit it with a little flayed one flesh. There we go. Okay, that worked. Also, I got a little bit of yellow on part of the face. I really just wanted the eyes, so hit that spot again. Cool. All right, nice. I dig that. Wash the brush. Move it aside. Get this wildwood out of here before I knock it over, and I will knock it over. How many times you do one of these and you just kind of, oops, the paint goes everywhere. The contrast, it's always the contrast. I think, I don't know where it is. I have like, here it is. The Gilliman flesh. It is very empty, and I maybe have used this once, and that was because as I'm using it, I just knocked it over. It spilled. It went everywhere. Stained one of my Magic the Gathering. It actually might have been this playmat. This playmat has seen some better days. Anyway, so, oh no. Hold on. I'm going to take this off camera real quick. it looks like I might have gotten, in classic fashion, I think I got some of the flesh color in the yellow of the eye, which I 100% did not mean to do. Hold on, I just need to see if... Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to, what I'm going to do is get the Flash Gets Yellow, that's the paint I have here, and I'm going to put it just in the tip, and I'm just going to put enough so it's, I don't want it to be wet. I'm trying to get a nice fine tip on the paintbrush so I can just dab. Okay, that'll do. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. What I think I might also do, I think I put too much of the Pallid Witch flesh on the face, and it made it a little paler than I wanted. I'm going to bring out the Flayed One flesh again. I put way too much on the brush. And I'm just going to hit some of the... hold on. Can I turn this up a little bit? Nope. Okay. Just hitting cheeks, near the mouth, nose, just to give it a little more color. There we go. Cool. All right, so what I want to do... Oh, you know, I just realized I didn't... Because of the way I painted this, I wasn't able to get the back. So I'm going to try and get some more of this wildwood. And just... Yeah, we got it. Okay. And just try and get the back of the hair that was covered by the putty. Which doesn't seem to be an issue. Cool. All right, I'm going to put that down and not ruin any more than I already have. Oh, man. What is it? It's it. All right. Actually, maybe I'll dab a little bit of glue on this. A little bit, I said. No. Okay. Okay. That was fine. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Oh no, why is it not fitting right? There we go. Okay. 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 That's looking pretty good so far. What I want to do next, actually, you know what? I bet that green. Actually, I'm gonna give it another second. It was a little liquidy. I had watered it down a good amount. I don't want to. I really don't want to hit it if it's wet. I'm going to carefully. It's not actually that carefully. I'm just looking for some grays. Ulthuan gray, perfect. And I'm looking for my. Nope, that's actually empty. Where is it? That's a little lighter than I want, I think. Hold on. What I'm looking for is my, I think it's Mechanicus Standard Gray Lead Belcher. I use Mechanicus Standard Gray as my base for all my stone. And then I use some Nuln Oil or something like that. But I also, hold on, let me see. Is there still actually paint left in here? No. Okay, not this one. Lead Belcher. How many lead Belchers do I have? Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. Is it up here? It always is. Okay. I'm back. I got my standard, Mechanicus Standard Gray. Oh, no, that's running low too. Oh, no. This is my nightmare. Let me see what I can get out of here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, all right. There's still... I don't need a lot, so I'm just going to go into the pot and see if I can scrounge up a little. Can I get some on here? Okay. I got a little bit, but I'm really skimming the bottom here. So I'm just going to very quickly, because I want to see if I need to get more, I don't want to keep it open too long. Hit these spots, these white spots that I can see for the stone. And it might be there because A, I was handling it, or B, just because there's a lot of small little areas that are hard to get to. I'm very lightly going to add some water. And then just hit these spots. The known oil there's already been known oil on these rocks, so I don't think I'm going to hit it again, because it's still, as you can see, it's still in a majority of these crevices, so I don't think I need to do that again. All right, cool. All right, Mechanicus Standard Gray. It's time to retire you, but thank you. I'll have to get another one. Bealtan Green will be next. That's what I'll be using on... And if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. I don't really know. I'm just making things up as I go. I'm going to get some on a bigger brush, and I'm really just going to kind of... glob it on these trees. It'll fill in the recesses, which is really, really nice. Glob, 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 glob. Oh yeah, we're globbing. It's like my sloppy steaks. You just gotta slop it up sometimes, right? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, that works. Thank you, Bealtan. How are we doing over here? Oh, all right. Almost. I swear, it's almost there. It's almost done. What do I want to do? Oh, you know what I can do? I'm gonna get my fist in red out again. I'm gonna need a fine point. We'll use this brush. Oops, drop my. What did I drop? Ooh, the X-Acto knife. That's worrisome. Don't want to step on that. Okay, get a little bit on here. I forgot there are some jewels right here. I'm doing very light strokes because I'm trying not to get it everywhere. Now, ooh, so sticky. It's like the sticky putty is sticky. Isn't that wild? Who would have thought? This boot that I'm hitting right now has already gotten a layer of flesh shade, but this one did not. A rookie mistake on my part, but I am a rookie. So, okay. Put that there for now. Put that thing back where it came from, so help me. Yeah. Okay. I want... Oh my gosh, this putty is sticking to my fingers. Blah, blah. I want to get my Ulthuan Gray, which needs a good shake. Hold on. Ooh, much better. And chunky. Perfect. Get a little bit on my brush here. Wow, way too much. I don't want to water it down. I actually want to brush a lot of it off, because I kind of just want a light gray highlight on these rocks. We're just adding texture. It's a little sloppy. Why is that? Sorry, hold on. Oop. Just hitting the areas, the highest, you know, where all the, I'm sorry, edges of the rocks are really what I'm hitting. I want that to stand out. I want it to pop more so than the recessed areas, while also being careful not to hit the boots. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That worked. Now here is the spot where, again, I chose not to use Nuln Oil. I just, oh, whoops, too much paint. Okay. That's good enough for now. I did just notice though, and again, this happens to me all the time, especially when I'm jumping around so often. There's a spot, I'm going to get the wildwood out again. There's a few spots in the tree, the bark of the tree, that look like I missed. So I'm just going to get some of that, add some water, and then just kind of hit under here. Oh, over here. Get to those sides. Just trying to hit the spots that I missed. That's all. Okay. That's looking good. All right. I dig this. So what I'm going to do next is I think we're going to work on the base. Now I want to, I don't know the appropriate way of getting this off here without damaging, so I'm just going to kind of yank. Oh, putty, you're killing me. That's fine. I'll figure that out later. Hold on. Yeah. Let me get this putty together. Put this on top of here. And this is why I brought the dry brush out. Actually, shoot. All right, I'm going to hit this with some layers of like lighter, like some browns and lighter browns. I think I'm going to start with Xandri dust and then work into, oh, sorry, was that, sorry, Xandri dust. And then I'm probably going to work into, what's it called? Jeez, this is my life. Is it Carrick Stone? I think it's Carrick Stone. And if I wanted to go lighter, I could go Ushtabi Bone, but I think I'm going to do Carrick Stone. There it is. A little lighter, a little more brown Carrick Stone. But I'm going to start off with the Xandri dust. So what I usually do when dry brushing, I try to use the putty because I'm a little, you know, it's a little rough, but grab some of this, make sure it's on the brush, and then I brush a majority of it off. I even use a lot of it on my hand to see how much is still left on, and then I just kind of brush over top of it. Not too hard. You want to hit all those little bumps and grooves and details. There we go. I like that. Nice. And then almost knock your water over onto everything. It's exactly what you meant to do. Perfect. And clean that brush off good. Something I'm a little annoyed at myself with, because I should have done this earlier. I should have dumped it, Nuln Oil. Shocking, I know. I just love Nuln Oil so much. It really fills in those recesses. So what I'm going to do, I am going to kind of backtrack and really just drop a layer of Nuln Oil. Sorry, hold on. Let me... Really just covering everything. It's not going to be too... Like, I don't want it... It's going to look wet, but I mean, I want it to really hit. Okay, sure. These sides too, why not? Yeah. There we go. The only problem with this now is that it's going to need to sit for a minute and dry. Nuln Oil, especially when you're using it to fill in those spots, it takes a bit. I don't have a hair dryer to really mess around with to help it dry faster. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. I got something. I got something for you. Let me just clean off this brush. I wanted to do Mephiston Red with a little bit of Troll Slayer Orange for those gems. Just, again, I don't know if it's going to, how it's going to work really, but I wanted to try it. And this is literally going to just be a dab. There we go. There we go. Just like that. It's just meant to be a little pop of color. Great. Okay, was there anyone? It was, oh, there's so much putty on this. What a shame. Okay. Put that there. Let me think about what I can do while this Nuln Oil dries. I mean, it's drying a little faster than I thought it was going to. Oh, you know what? I got something. Reikland Flesh Shade, I wanted to get that. And so what I'm going to try to do is not hit the, I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to try and go around this gem. I want to get some of it off the paintbrush first. So it's just, I actually might have lied. I might want it on the gem. Yeah, I do. A little more depth, a little more color. Okay, cool. Nice. So I got that going. Oh, you know what I missed? I'm not shocked, but I did. There is a gem on the sword. I think it's the sheath of the sword. Let's, well, I'm still waiting for this to dry. And it's almost there. It's almost there. It's still a little damp. But while I'm waiting for that to dry, I will... Oh, notice I got a hair on it. Paint, please. Help. Nice. All right, cool. I got the gem. Got it nice and red. Love it. And even while it's wet, I'm going to mix some of that Troll Slayer orange I have here with the Mephiston red. We'll actually get some of that in there. And I'm going to hit the inside of it. Or sorry, yeah, the very inside of it. You're not going to see much of a difference, but I am going to then get a little more Troll Slayer orange and, you know, maybe mix a little bit. Actually, hold on. Bigger. There we go. And see if I can get more of a pop of color. But the trick is I'm not trying to get this gem to be Troll Slayer orange. I want it to have the Mephiston red base, that red, that robust red, with a little bit of a hint of that layer orange on top. So it almost looks like it's whoop, too big, glistening, really, I guess, or shining in the light. Okay, so anyway, that's done, and it looks like this is pretty dry. I didn't expect that. Good for us. Good for us. So we're gonna do Carrick Stone. Same thing I'm dry brushing before. So A little bit on my brush. That was not enough. Throw it on my wet palette. Thanks, red grass. Get majority of it off. Throw some more on my hand, maybe on my face. We'll see. And then we just lightly brush over top. And you can see that depth of color. You can still see a little bit of you can see the brown from the Strickland mud. You can see the Carrick stone. You can see the crevices where the Nuln oil sits into it. And then you have the Carrick stone on top. I think what I also might do is throw some, because this is going to be the top. So I'm going to put some Carrick stone, very sloppily apparently, on these stones on her base. Give it a little of that dusty look so it matches at least a little more. And if I get some on the boots, that's okay too, because it kind of looks like, you know, she's been trudging through it all. So that's what I wanted to do. Perfect. So now we have that. And really, I think, oh man, this putty is too much. Well, okay, I just got it off. I thought it was going to be a little more complicated. It was not. So I'm going to grab some glue, shellac it on, and then kind of just stick it on here, hold it for a second, and look at that. All right, Enlightener. Now what I like to do, I don't remember the brand. That's a shame. All right, hold on one second. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Oh. Gamer's Grass, I believe, is the brand that I use here. And where did it go? I have two that I was going to use. I have this kind of dusty green grass, and I also have a greener with some flowers on it. So what I usually do, and there are adhesives to the bottom. So what I would do is use one of my tweezers, grab some off, and throw it on here. And I'll do a good mixture of the grass, just to give added texture to the model itself, which I think is a lot of fun. So I'm going to move more here, but it's not to cover the whole thing, because I mean I did, you know, paint this for a reason. So we're going, you know, it's still there. So we're going to put this here so you can still see. Sorry, you can't see. Sorry about that. You can still see the ridges here that I painted, but you also get some added, you know, cool textures and visuals of this grass and flowers. So what I'm going to do is finish it up. One more right here next to the tree. And I think that, I mean, I'm sure there's more I could do. Again, I am not a professional. But that really is, ooh, sorry, trying to get some better light on that. My Enlightener. So things turned out pretty well. I could always go back and highlight the back of this what is jacket bottom? I'm not quite sure what it is, but I could go and highlight with more blue. I'm sure there's things I could clean up on it, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out so far. Things that I am missing that I would like to get is Liberator Gold, so the gold pops a little more, or even maybe dabble into the bronze, maybe Brass Scorpion, or is it Hashut Bronze? I forget. I just ran out of it. But anyway, so that's my Enlightener. I hope you enjoyed yourself here. I know I did. If you're watching this live, thank you so much. If you're watching back on YouTube, comment, if you don't mind, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, what you think of it. Let me know what you would have done differently. I would love to hear from it. I'm always trying to, you know, hone my techniques or all those kind of things. I'm trying to get better. That's what I'm trying to do, while also playing Warhammer. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. If you said, please comment below. Let me know what you think. And that's it. Have a great weekend. I think it's Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. And thanks for stopping by.